hang on so tight. They'll want to take the path of least resistance, and they'll want to gravitate towards what's easiest in the throat. So remember that those vowel mods, you actually start on your vowel mods the higher up you go, right? All right, let's do this. Oh. 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 Okay, so did you hear all the subtle little changes, you know? You hear all the real subtle little changes. They're there, they're just not super big, right? But anyway, so let's continue. Glottal compression. What is glottal compression? Well, it's actually I'm actually holding back my breath. So let's go through this again. I know I talked a little bit about it, and that I'm still talking, and I could talk a long time, or I could hold a breath for a long time. Now, okay, I'm going to speak normal for a second, and you can hear. By the way, can you hear the difference in a little bit of the governing of the sound? Now, as I ascend a passage, a scale, or a phrase, or a song, or whatever, a note, the higher up I go, the more sound pressure there is. So I can't exude more energy and sound pressure and feel like I can be Superman and just get away with this, you know, overuse of air, because the overuse of air is the enemy for drying out the vocal folds. So here's what typically happens with the singer. The singer goes up and, born in the USA, I was, and you hear this throat just going. And I have a lot of rock singers here that say, Ken, but I like that sound. I want to distort my voice. I like a distorted sound. I'm going to get to you in a second. Across the chord. Stressing out the chord. I refer to it more as harmonic resonance. We can get. Okay, we're going to go through all of our vowels. A, A, E, O, and U. And the very first vowel we're going to start on, it's the la, because all vowel sounds stem from the la. There's a couple of exceptions which we've discussed, which is E and U. U is actually part of the family of vowels. We're going to talk about that even more when we talk about vocal tract shaping. However, for our purpose here today, it's going to be a simple triad, and the triad is just la. Now, as you've learned in volumes 1 and 2, there are vowel modifications to where we can use these release valves so we hit those cool little perfect pockets in the back of the throat. So converts to like loft. And then a little higher up, converts to like hook. And then a little higher up still, converts to oo. And then they reconvert on the way down about the same spot as they did going up. Now, the goal here is to get those pockets and hit them sweetly, number one. And number two, over time, you're going to be able to stretch where those happen in the throat so that you can actually increase range and use those lifelines as you need them as a release valve, okay? With that said, let's get started. Let's go. La, la, Okay, if you noticed then, literally, and I'll go through each one, it's you hear those switching vowel transitions? Now, I know sometimes because this whole section is going to be all belting. I'm not going to actually do any mixed voice stuff until I get to this section where it's going to be called mixed voice and then on into head voice, which is in a different section of the videos. But anyway, it's in the head voice video itself. If you notice, I'm belting chest through all of these. And in a lot of the workouts, I kind of started a little lighter. And now I'm kind of getting you guys to sort of stretch your chest as far as you can. Now, remember, do this safely. If you can't go all the way to the top, don't. Just sit out for a couple, 3 notes until it comes back down where it feels more comfortable. If you feel like you're starting to fatigue, sit out, just pause for a minute, take 20, 30 seconds, drink some water, come back and resume training. Okay, let's move on.
La, la.
Okay, next step is like laugh. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, if you notice now, shares the same vowel modifications as
La.